Why did God always listen to the prayers of Jesus? Revelation 5 and verse 7. It says of Jesus, in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with vehement cries and tears to him who was able to save him from death, and was heard because of his godly fear. Why did God always listen to the prayers of Jesus? Because he always prayed out of a godly fear. That's the fear of the Lord. Now, what are the conditions that we have to fulfill to have the fear of the Lord in our lives? I would like to state certain very simple, basic requirements. And the first one relates to the theme that we were dealing with in our previous session about decision. We go back to Proverbs chapter 1, verses 28 and 29. This is speaking about people who wait until they're in a desperate situation and call out to God, but God says, I won't listen to their prayers. God says of them, then they will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Notice again that knowledge and the fear of the Lord are side by side. Do you see that? But why did God reject them? Because they did not choose the fear of the Lord. So the fear of the Lord will not come in your life unless you choose it. You have to make the decision. God, I want to make room in my life for the fear of the Lord. I open up my heart and life to the fear of the Lord. Teach me the fear of the Lord. That leads to the very next requirement, which is in Psalm 34. Psalm 34. Verses 11 and 12. And I think this is the Holy Spirit speaking to God's children. Psalm 34, 11 and 12. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. So we have to be taught the fear of the Lord. First of all, we have to choose it. Then we have to let the Holy Spirit teach us what is the fear of the Lord. I don't think there's any other instructor that can teach us except the Holy Spirit. And then it continues, who is the man who desires life and loves many days that he may see good? That the implication is, if you let the Holy Spirit teach you the fear of the Lord, you'll have life and many days to see good. So there's motivation. And then in Proverbs 3 and verse 7, we have another condition that we have to fulfill. Proverbs 3 verse 7. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. So what are the conditions there? Not trusting in your own wisdom and departing from evil, turning your back on evil, separating yourself from evil. And one thing the Bible makes very clear throughout is evil and the fear of the Lord do not go together. So the initial conditions that we have to fulfill. First of all, we have to make the right choice. I choose the fear of the Lord. I suspect there are probably some here tonight that have never even been confronted with the need to make that choice. And then you have to be taught by the Holy Spirit. He alone can teach us the fear of the Lord. You have to be in the school of the Holy Spirit. And then it demands that you renounce, depending on your own wisdom, and renounce evil in any form in which you recognize it. Those are the basic requirements for entering into the fear of the Lord.